Hi guys, welcome back to the Anna Clasher channel. We are starting our farming session today with a very heavy and spooky ground smash. We have found a Town Hall 14 that is practically begging to be raided, with golden elixir spilling out of the collectors. To take this base down, we are bringing a powerful team, 4 armored PEKKAs, 5 mysterious witches, and 4 massive Super Yetis. This combination is all about raw strength and overwhelming the enemy with skeletons and Yetimites. It's going to be a bumpy ride for this defender, and we are not leaving until the storages are empty. Our spell support is ready for a long siege. We have 3 healing spells to keep our troops in the fight, 1 rage spell to power through the core, and 3 freeze spells to keep those dangerous inferno towers on ice. We also have a log launcher loaded with a super giant and a super yeti, plus 3 totem spells for that extra tactical boost. This base has some high-level walls, but our logs are going to turn them into toothpicks. Let's see if our heavy hitters can handle the heat. First, let's get the archer queen in position. She's taking aim at the edge of the village, and boom, the giant arrow streaks across the perimeter, sniping multiple defenses along the side to create a clean entry path. Now, it's time to unleash the heavy metal. I'm dropping the barbarian king, all 4 PEKKAs, the witches, the log launcher, and our super yetis. The grand warden is right behind them, keeping everyone under his protective aura while the skeletons start to swarm the front lines. The log launcher is smashing through the layers, and the core is becoming a total disaster zone for the enemy. Right in the middle of the chaos, I'm dropping the royal champion to target those back-end defenses. I'm layering the healing spells in the rage, while carefully placing the totem spells and freezes to protect our PEKKAs from the single target beams. The Super Yeti pops out of the launcher and joins his friends in a purple-colored rampage right on top of the town hall. Everything is falling into place. The royal champion's shield is bouncing around, finishing off the last defense towers, while the witches' skeletons clean up the remaining buildings. It's a total wipeout, 100% destruction and a perfect 3-star victory to start our day. That was an incredible show of ground power. Alright, we will move on to the next attack. Welcome back to our second attack of the day. We've tracked down another juicy Town Hall 14 base that is absolutely loaded with loot. To crack this one open, we're bringing out the heavy armor and the spooky magic. We've got 4 mighty PEKKAs, 5 witches to swarm the area with skeletons, and 4 massive super yetis ready to toss their little purple buddies over every wall they see. This strategy is all about overwhelming force and constant pressure, and I can almost smell the gold already. Our spell support is perfectly balanced for this siege. We have 3 healing spells to keep our big guys healthy, 1 rage spell for that essential core explosion, and 3 freeze spells to put those nasty scatter shots on ice. For our siege, the log launcher is rolling out, packed with a super giant and a super yeti to make sure the center of the base gets completely flattened. Plus, we have 3 totem spells to give our heroes that much needed boost in the heat of the moment. Let's get to the action. Alright, Archer Queen, show them how it's done. She takes her position on the edge of the base, pulls back her bow, and, whoosh, that giant arrow streaks along the perimeter, sniping multiple defenses and setting up a perfect funnel. Now, here comes the main event. I'm dropping the Barbarian King, the PEKKAs, the witches, and the log launcher all at once. The Grand Warden and the Super Yetis follow right behind, turning the front line into a chaotic mess of logs, skeletons, and purple Yetimites. The log launcher is smashing through the walls like they're made of paper, and our army is pouring into the core. Right in the middle of the storm, I'm sending in the royal champion to snipe those high-value targets. I'm layering the healing spells in the rage, while dropping the totem spells and freezes to protect our PEKKAs from those single-target infernos. The Super Yeti pops out of the launcher and starts his own little rampage right on top of the town hall, and it is absolute beautiful carnage. The royal champion is cleaning up the back-end defenses with her shield, and the witches' skeletons are swarming the last few buildings. The base is completely flat, the loot is all ours, and that's a perfect 100% 3-star victory. Our storages are looking very healthy after that one. Alright, we will move on to the next attack. We are diving into our 3rd farming raid of the day, and oh boy, have we found a gold mine. This Town Hall 14 is sitting on so much loot it's practically glowing. To take it all home, we are bringing out the heavy hitters, a crushing squad of 4 PEKKAs, 5 witches to provide the endless skeleton distraction, and 4 massive super yetis. This army is all about brute force and constant pressure. If you like seeing high-level walls turn into dust while a swarm of purple Yetimites takes over the neighborhood, then you are in for a real treat. Our spell support is perfectly tuned for this mission. We've got 3 healing spells to keep our big guys standing, 1 rage spell for that essential core explosion, and 3 freeze spells to keep those nasty scatter shots from ruining our party. The log launcher is ready to roll, packed with a super giant and a super yeti, a true wrecking crew. Plus, we have 3 totem spells to give our heroes that extra edge when things get spicy in the middle. This base looks intimidating, but they have no idea that a wave of logs and magic is about to hit them. Let's get the show started. First, our archer queen takes her position on the edge. She lines up her shot and boom, the giant arrow streaks across the perimeter, sniping multiple defenses along the edge and creating a perfect funnel for our main push. Now, it's time to unleash the chaos. I'm dropping the Barbarian King, all 4 PEKKAs, the witches, and the log launcher. The Grand Warden and the Super Yetis follow right behind, turning the front line into a beautiful mess of logs, skeletons, and jumping Yetimites. The log launcher is smashing through the layers like they are made of paper. Right in the middle of the storm, here comes the Royal Champion to target the remaining high-value defenses. I'm layering the healing and rage spells while dropping the totem spells and freezes to protect our PEKKAs from those single-target infernos. The Super Yeti pops out of the launcher and starts his own little rampage right on top of the town hall. It's pure, glorious carnage as our troops swarm the core and empty every single storage. The Royal Champion is cleaning up the back-end towers with her Seeking Shield, and the skeletons are finishing off the last few buildings. It's a total wipeout, 100% total destruction and a perfect 3-star victory. Our storages are officially overflowing, and that was a textbook execution of this heavy ground smash. Alright, we will move on to the next attack. This is it, the grand finale of our farming session today. We have saved the most legendary target for last, a Town Hall 14 base so rich it's practically bursting at the seams with gold and dark elixir. To take on this final challenge, we are bringing out the heavy metal squad once again. We've got 4 mighty PEKKAs ready to slice through anything, 5 witches to summon an endless army of skeletons, and 4 massive super yetis who are just itching to throw their little purple buddies over those high-level walls. This base looks like a fortress, but we are here to turn it into our personal piggy bank. Let's talk about our support system for this final raid. We are packing 3 healing spells to keep our big guys standing, 1 rage spell for that explosive core push, and 3 freeze spells to keep those nasty scatter shots and infernos on ice. Our log launcher is ready to roll, carrying a super giant and a super yeti, the ultimate interior decorating crew. And don't forget our 3 totem spells to give our heroes that godlike boost when things get chaotic. This strategy is all about momentum, and since this is the last attack, we are going to let everything loose and see just how much destruction we can cause. Alright, Archer Queen, it's time for your final blow. She steps up to the edge of the map, takes a deep breath, and lets fly a giant arrow that streaks perfectly along the perimeter. Clang! Multiple defenses are sniped instantly, creating a beautiful funnel for our main force. Now, let's unleash the horde. I'm dropping the Barbarian King, all 4 PEKKAs, the witches, and the log launcher. Right behind them come the Grand Warden and the Super Yetis. The battlefield is already a mess of logs, purple glitter, and swarming skeletons as we march toward the heart of the village. The log launcher has cracked open the inner walls, and our army is pouring into the core like a tidal wave. In the middle of this beautiful chaos, I'm dropping the Royal Champion to hunt down those remaining high-value targets. I'm layering the healing spells and dropping the rage right on the town hall. The totem spells are activated, and our heroes are looking unstoppable. The Super Yeti pops out of the launcher and starts a riot in the center, while the freezes keep the Giga Inferno from melting our PEKKAs. We are grabbing millions in loot every second, and the base is almost completely gone. Oh man, look at the clock. We have cleared almost every single structure, but the last few hidden Teslas in a lonely archer tower are just barely hanging on. Our PEKKAs are tired, and the skeletons are running out of steam. We've taken every single drop of gold, but the time expires just as we hit the final corner. It's a massive 96% destruction and a solid 2-star finish. What a hilarious and epic way to end the day. We didn't get the 3 stars, but our storages are officially overflowing. Alright, we will move on to the next attack.